Shalom Israel, giving all praise to Yahweh, Ba'ashem El Shah, Ba'ashem Chakadash. The honor to the elders of GMS Ruwell, salutations to you, Akim out there pushing this word, truth and sincerity, pushing your freedom in your life to do so, especially now more than ever. And you know, we as prophets or men at GMS, Great Millstone, we are to prophesy, bring out events, and pretty much break down the prophecies. You know, the word of the Lord as it comes. So, as you know, we pick up events that happen in the media, and we link it to the scriptures, to prophecy. So as you can see here, man, this is from people.com. People.com. It's like, man, there's demons out here. Maine man sentenced to 7.5 years in prison for fatally shooting sister's boyfriend. Now, as we read in this article, man, the boyfriend was a Jake. Well, we believe so because, you know, it goes through these curses. And being persecuted by the enemy is one of your curses. So we're going to read on. It says, Mark Cadelli Jr. was convicted of manslaughter in December after testifying that he shot Asahak Moose, a 22-year-old black Muslim man, in self-defense during a confrontation in his home. Now, we know, can't really confirm it was a Jake or not, but knowing the descriptions in the prophecy, it's safe to assume. It says, a Maine man who fatally shot his sister's boyfriend has been sentenced to 7.5 years in prison. Which that's another form of white privilege or white supremacy. Because this man is supposed to be guilty with manslaughter, and he's only doing 7.5 years. Because this is their world, man. You fail to realize this is the world of Esau Edom. It says Mark Cadelli Jr., 25, was convicted of manslaughter in December after testifying that he shot Asahak Moose, a 22-year-old black Muslim man who was dating his younger daughter in self-defense during a confrontation at his home in March 2019. On Monday, a judge ordered Cadelli to serve 7.5 years in prison and 4 years of probation, ABC affiliate WMTW reported. Now, if that had been the other way around, that man would have got life in prison, the least, or death penalty. Because this is Esau's world. Says the judge cited Cadelli's military service as an overwhelming mitigating circumstance, saying that Cadelli made a devastating decision and he would likely not reoffend according to this outlet. And it says during the sentencing hearing, Cadelli's younger sister, who previously testified that her brother had made racist remarks about Somali and Muslim people. Okay, whereas we know the Somalians, most of them are heathens, but you got that chick that's scattered amongst them too, our people. It said, claimed that the shooting was motivated by race in her victim impact statement. I will never be like you. What you did to him show people that to you, Black lives don't matter, and to be able to say it had nothing to do with race is the privilege that you have. Chelsea Gardella said. Moose's sister, Osley Moose, also addressed the court in a statement saying, every single day we cry, my father cries, and Sahak's mother cries, my sisters cry, my brothers cry. There's not one day that we smile and we regret for being somewhere happy. I have a child now, Asahak, never going to meet her. Previous testimony said that Cadelli ran to his room to retrieve a handgun when Moose refused to leave the family's home in Portland. Associated Press said, man, I was pretty much in on that, man. It just to show you, man, his hatred. You know, and this is Habakkuk 1:1. The burden which Habakkuk the prophet did see, O Lord, how long shall I cry, and thou wilt not hear, even crying to thee of violence, and thou shalt not save. Why dost thou shew me iniquity, and cause me to behold grievance? For spoiling and violence are before me, and there that rise up strife and contention. Therefore the Lord slack, and judgment doth never go forth. Right, that's a fact. You know, the Lord slack in America, and judgment doth never go forth. Why? Because Esau, Edom is in power. It's going to tell you. For the wicked doth compass about the righteous, therefore wrong judgment proceedeth. Right, because the wicked is ruling over the righteous. Therefore wrong judgment proceedeth. You can get out of court by hiring a good lawyer. See, in the scriptures don't speak about having good lawyers to defend your evil. You had priests and then you had testifiers, or the people that the witnesses. And then you be declare your judgment. Now, okay, let me pay my way out of it. I got $1 billion. Let me give you 500 million, so I won't be killed for murdering 50 people. You see, this is the society we live in. You see? Yeah, it says, so therefore wrong judgment proceeded. And that's a wrong judgment, man. Giving a man 7.5 years for manslaughter. Shalakia. It says, Genesis 27, verse 41, and Esau hated Jacob because of the blessing wherewith his father blessed him. And Esau said in his heart, the days of mourning for my father at hand, then will I slay my brother Jacob. Yeah, man. Days of mourning for his father at hand, that's when he's going to slay his brother Jacob. And that's exactly what happened, man. Ever since Esau got finessed out his blessing, he and his children after him has been sought to slaughter Israel, man. You Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. And he's been doing it. But it's going to be put to an end very soon. Ezekiel 35, verse 5. Because thou hast hated blood, because thou hast had a perpetual hatred, and hast shed the blood of the children of Israel by the force of the sword in the time of their calamity, the time their iniquity had an end. Therefore, as I live, saith the Lord, I will prepare thee unto blood, and blood shall pursue thee. See, if thou hast not hated blood, even blood shall pursue thee. You see? So the Most High is about to make a major recompense, man, on Esau, Edoms, man. Of this world, the Edomites of the world. A major judgment. So with that, I want to give up praise to Yahweh, Ba'ashim al-Shah, Ba'ashim al-Hakadash, the one that said others. Salutation, Agim. Till next week, inshallah.